Hi, welcome to our channel True Up. The United States is reportedly strengthening export controls on semiconductor equipment to China, according to recent reports. Two American chip manufacturing firms and Lam Study in LLA have revealed that the United States' repression of Chinese chips has increased from 10 nanometers to 14 nanometers. And the new rules application may not be restricted to SMIC, but also take into account other chip manufacturing firms that operate in China and make investments there, such the mainland factories of TSMC. According to Wallace, president and CEO of CLI, the firm has received a request from the U.S. Department of Commerce not to export machinery used in chip fabrication to China for 14 nanometers and below. According to those with knowledge of the situation, the U.S. Commerce Department has sent letters to all of us equipment manufacturers telling them not to sell China machinery used to produce chips with a 14 nanometers or smaller size. The remarks made by Lam Research and KLA are only the first tangible indicators of the United States' continued repression of the Chinese semiconductor sector. According to pertinent statistics, the world's largest market is mainland China, which will account for nearly one-third of Lam Research. The regular growth of the global chip industry must be impacted by the United States' persecution of China. Furthermore, China is the largest semiconductor market in the world, therefore American businesses would eventually suffer if China is suppressed. The move by the Biden administration to increase penalties against China's chip sector has reportedly been rumored for some time. The U.S. Commerce Department is actively exploring restricting the sale of sophisticated chip-making machinery of 14 nanometers and lower to Chinese firms, according to certain media reports from earlier in July. According to reports, the United States is pressuring allies, including the Netherlands and Japan, to forbid ASML and Nikon from selling to China the mainstream technology required to produce the majority of the world's chips. The lithography machine made by ASML in the Netherlands is the most problematic of them all. The U.S. government has already attempted to stop ASML from supplying EUV lithography equipment to China for use in modern advanced technologies. Currently, the U.S. wants to go a step further and block China from acquiring ASML-produced DUV lithography equipment. The U.S. will this time increase the cap on the supply of chip manufacturing equipment to China from 10 nanometers to 14 nanometers, despite the fact that U.S. lobbying has not yet made any impact. While Nikon claimed the restriction had no impact on its China operations, ASML claimed it had not heard anything new. It is important to note that the U.S. Senate enacted the Chip and Technology Act of 2022, the CHIP Act, on July 27. A new set of regulations on China's chip business is reportedly being considered by the appropriate agencies in light of the passing of the U.S. semiconductor law. According to some analysts, China needs 1 or 2 years to adjust to U.S. sanctions since they would undoubtedly cause discomfort in the short term. Chinese chip producers have, however, plainly concluded that the U.S. policy of restricting China's development of innovative technology would not alter anytime soon after Huawei was sanctioned. Such a focus on the bottom line will encourage the sector to actively build partnerships with markets outside of the U.S. Contact them and help them raise their own levels and capacities. The United States uses both technology and public opinion warfare as tools of repression, as well as stumbling, racing ahead, and making up for weaknesses. China's semiconductor sector has recently attracted both domestic and international attention. Several business leaders have been under investigation one after another over the last month as Ding Wenwu, general manager of the National Integrated, also known as the Big Fund, was under investigation for major violations of discipline and the law. The Chinese chip business would be uneasy, according to American public opinion, which is intentionally muddying the waters, and this would cause China's investment in the chip area to be ineffective. In actuality, it is impossible for a small number of dishonest individuals to represent the great majority of the dependable backbones of this sector. The extraordinary success made in recent years, which is the overall look of China's chip industry, is a result of the country's well-coordinated industrial investment and financial policies. China's chip industry has been working hard in recent years to overcome the stuck neck problem, and several Western and American media outlets have never ceased chanting its praises. However, they are also paying special attention to the fact that mainland China is home to 19 of the 20 semiconductor businesses with the fastest global growth rates. By the end of 2024, China is anticipated to have added 31 chip plants. They are merely the good and negative hands in the growth of China's chip industry, whether it is unflattering or attractive. China is a rising star, but the fundamental situation of the industry being large but not strong has not changed. Difficulties and gaps exist, but fraud and corruption are absolutely not allowed. On the road of independent innovation of the chip industry, there can no longer be a second Hanshin, which is a clear signal sent by the industry. At the moment, the global chip industry is undergoing major changes. In this situation, high-quality steel should be utilized without wasting any on the blade. The finding of multiple worms is not a criticism of the huge funds or the industry's overall efforts, but rather an endeavor to establish a stronger foundation so that the sector may start over from the inside out. Due to internal political strife, the United States is, to some part, responding to the so-called threat of Chinese chips. China must maintain constant alertness in the face of this predicament and nevertheless refrain from being eager for rapid victory. Thanks for watching our video. We would appreciate it if you subscribed our channel and gave us a thumb. See you.